Hello, Internet! Welcome, Potato Land. My name is Braden, and that is the name of my vlog. And what's going on? Let's get into things. First of all, cut my hair, whatever. I think it looks, as you may or may not know, recently grew my beard out, so I can just buzz my head, save a little bit of money at the barber perhaps, and it wouldn't look so bad. So maybe another 3 weeks and we're back to normal or something. I'm already looking away from the screen because I'm wondering what I'm going to talk about. There I go, touching my face, which I believe is a sign of nervousness. But I wanted to first address an issue that we had last week, which was I brought up for the first time that I realized I was running into audio problems, and on my little 2-week but total 27-day hiatus, I told you I was gonna fix it, and I did I don't know what you call this, really scary task of trying to search my video out on YouTube and I couldn't find it. I mean, I am buried under the rubble when it comes to my search results. And granted, I was looking at it from my other account, which is, not to be confusing or anything, but 2 accounts on Google or something. But I don't know that should or would affect anything. So anyway, found the video eventually by just searching my channel, and yeah, there's still audio issues, but it's a small buzzing, and I think I just tend to only hear it when I'm listening to them on my iPhone, which I have done before more than several times, semi-embarrassingly admitting. But you hear some of those high noises when you're listening to it on a smaller speaker, do you not? And I think it's mostly gone, and even listening to it on professional sound canceling headphones, I really only heard it at the very end of this last video anyway. And so I don't know, is my attempt really failed? Has it gone down a notch? I'm not even sure. What I did notice, yay, partial celebration here, is I have gotten now 3 views or more on 3 videos in a row. So that's exciting. Since I brought that up last week, why not mention it? A little mini celebration. I should probably smoke a stray cigarette or something. If I haven't gone out 2 nights every week, if we're just, moving on to things now, I tend to feel a little bit like something's missing in my week. And some of that is carried over until the next weekend. I want to be like you. I want to be a 9-to-5er. Walk like you, talk like you. So here we go. Moment of silence is an old segment, but we're bringing it back. And that just means listen for the buzz. In the meantime, we can, and cigarettes are gross, and I've been definitely not smoking them unless it was social, and trying to do better at that, and doing somewhat succeeding. I hope this isn't a topic I bring up all the time. I don't actually like when the smoke moves around in my room. I share a restroom with the neighbor, and it can't be smelling in here. This is gonna get awkward because I only have boxers on. Okay, how do we do this in the middle of an episode? Yikes. I apologize for any extra audio issues. I'm sorry. Okay, we have to start over. Or I'll just edit it out. That'll be my first edit. But I'm being somewhat sincere here because I keep bringing up streaming services. Excuse me. I'm looking at me in the mirror, technically. Let's put an end to that. But I just wanted to make sure my framing was correct. Okay. So, excited. I got a random comment too this week, and it was probably from a bot. And you know that at this point in my 50 plus episodes or whatever, I'm getting a little bit excited for those. What else? I wanted to talk about a couple things. There I am looking at my notes, and then get out of here. Maybe keep it below 15 minutes, since that seems to be YouTube's concept of how long a single person can roam about or sit in front of their camera and talk to the screen, right? I mean, people do it for longer, but even I can't handle it. So I am you, you are me a little bit here. I wanted to talk about semi-embarrassing, but this is awkward. I don't know about bringing this up just immediately out of thin air. Maybe it could be the last thing I mention. Do I have anything else to talk about? I still haven't picked up the mess that I left from a few weeks ago, which is, it would be fun if I just kept this in and didn't edit anything. Oh, I'm starting to blush. I haven't picked up the remnants of the conversation it seems to be an ongoing conversation. We'll see what happens. It's an ongoing drama that's happening in Romania right now. This very popular guy who's been banned from all the social media websites except for Twitter now. You know his name. Do I really want to really rehash this? Basically, I almost said enough, and that seems to be where this comment came from too, by the way. So people are continuing to watch that video. Basically, yeah, I mean, a part of you wants to get out there publicly, and since I'm doing a little bit of standing up and talking to people publicly with a microphone, a part of my motivation is derived from being able to say what you want. And it's ironic that he's getting, I do believe this is from the Lost episode that I never got to say. So I do believe that Romania or any country would challenge somebody's influence. And so I think, without getting too into any conspiracy theorem, that I suppose that's very possible, very likely. I'm sure, how about I won't be surprised if that's what's going on. And we'll see what happens. I don't know. I think I pretty much covered that entire topic. Wanting so badly to move on. But to finish my point about the motivation, it's sort of subscribers, likes, comments aside. May I get any more or not? YouTube algorithm, potential banning aside, I think it's important that more and more people are sort of, discussing specifically child raising, raising children. And I'm not one to really talk, hence not necessarily really wanting to get into all this stuff because I don't have children. So there you go. But it's nonetheless, it's motivating. Okay. doing this once a week and still not able to really get super comfortable in front of a camera. Not to mention I can hear noises in the restroom. So it's a bit distracting, I suppose. I suppose it could be. I'm at the same time getting more used to that. So I don't know. I mean, what I wanted to talk about is I noticed when I was, speaking of restroom, when I was in the shower, you look down at your physical frame, and ever since, I like to just say, the time that everybody was in the world was going through the same health crisis, I was putting in more calories than I was burning off. And I noticed that I was gaining weight. I may have mentioned this before, but I noticed that my first sign of that I must be gaining weight is that my thighs were touching, and I noticed this all in the same session in the shower, but that my pectoral muscles were, speaking of Baloo the bear or whatever his name is, they were drooping out like bananas. And now I'm noticing recently, while exercising and hopefully trying to get more exercise in every week, and I'm sure I'm losing a lot of weight. I still haven't weighed myself, haven't run into a random scale since maybe, I don't know, 7 months ago or something, when I hunted one down, or 2, or 3. But I'm sure I'm losing a lot of weight because I don't see that anymore, but I'm still getting the point that I wanted to get at, and maybe we could just leave after this. I'll look over my notes, but I'm still getting a symptom that I've never seen before, besides maybe on other people, which is if I sweat, I mostly get it from my face that I notice, and then I've noticed a blotch around my belly button, a big blotch. And now I'm getting eyes to match if the blotch around my belly button is a mouth. So that's kind of weird. I'd love to have given you my weight before we've left here, but I must check the time and then maybe check the notes. All right, 13 and a half minutes unedited, that is. And I think it's about time we go. Let's look over the notes real quick. I'm still getting the tit sweat, though. We'll see if that continues. I don't know. I'll keep you posted. Don't really want to mention how I have taken time to create better thumbnails. I may have mentioned that in the last video. But I'm still in the middle of that project, and maybe not do we finish it. And then last thing, since I brought it up in this very specific moment in time, it would be a little bit less intimidating if the camera had moments of turning off and back on briefly. Then I could or maybe just flashes like a human or maybe a robot blinking or something. That would be fun. It'd also be nice to actually see people when you're on stage. Okay, all right. It's been fun. Hopefully, I brought on this one, and took a long week off. It was my birthday weekend. And getting back to work. So if you notice the low morale, that's a great props on your part. Okay, all right. Cheerios. It was fun. See you next week.